Welcome back to the Obachon Chatterbox. Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Welcome. I'm here today to recap with you season 13, episodes 7 and 8 of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Just bear with me because they've been having I don't know. In my head, all I see is every scene they're in, they drinking. Everybody getting drunk. So the last 7 and 8 the episodes each had an event with the couples, and everybody was drinking. Anyway, the episode 7 starts with Jen and Billy sitting in marriage counseling. Or they talking about they're packing for the trip to go to the beach to their beach house, and they're talking about how she going counseling, and Jen still is not happy about how the session went. Then you show Joel and Melissa arriving at their beach house, and hers is called the Melissa G house, and Lou, she screamed, and it's a cute house. It's really cute, and that shit is right by the water, so I'm sure he paid plenty of money for it. And since Melissa calls it her house, Joe says, "Well, I guess that when I married you, I lost everything, even my balls." Okay, John Fuda and his wife was Raquel, the one with the little. She got her nose. She reminded me of Pinocchio, the actual Disney, the first one with Geppetto and shit. I mean, it still got the same characters, but her little nose reminds me of a Pinocchio nose. I don't think it looks bad. They say it's fucked up, but I think it's kind of cute. Okay, they show her at her beach house, and Jen and her husband Aiden, Jennifer Aiden and her husband Bill, they bought the beach house. And it's nice too. And she said all they had to do is bring their luggage and their asses, and they was just ready to put some food in the refrigerator. And she didn't throw nothing away. And I wouldn't do nothing away either. That's why they got all this sanitizing and killing shit. And that's why they got washing machines and dryers. And now even the settings come on for washing machines and dryers. At least on my shit, it's got like a sanitizing for the dryer and for the washer. So anyway, she alright. Ain't nobody caught shit since they lived there. Okay. And at Melissa's house, everybody just getting prepared for everybody to come over, because Melissa is everybody's going to the shore, New Jersey shore, because Melissa is throwing a luau party. She said once a year she throws a party, and this year it's going to be, the theme is a luau party. So it's showing, everybody arriving at the houses, and they getting ready to, get dressed to go. And each couple is staying at somebody's place, and you'll see when you see the episode who's where. They pan back to Melissa's, and everything looked good. The food, all that shit. She got a cigar. She got hula dances. She got, they're gonna try to show out, so she showed out. And everybody starts showing up for the party, and then the drama begins with the ladies first. You got Margaret, Jackie, and Raquel. They sitting down by the little counter or the bar, and Danielle and Raquel is telling them what Theresa and them said about Margaret. I like Raquel, because Raquel, that bitch will throw a rock. Or maybe she don't think it's a rock. Maybe she thinks it's a cotton ball. But she don't hide her hand. She said that shit. And she's telling the truth, because the only thing she does is repeat exactly what she heard. And she don't have to say that she said anything, because she is saying stuff. She do shit to egg them on. Like when her and Danielle was in the store. We'll get to it. Well, anyway, Margaret's upset because Teresa's telling them to watch out for her. Don't make an enemy of Margaret. Be friends with Margaret. Because Margaret, she'd get you. She'd tell on you. She'd just drop a bomb on your head, and how she ruined this and she ruined that. So Teresa finally walks over, because Margaret, Teresa just thinks she coming to have a drink. But after she over there for like 15 hot seconds, Margaret looks at her and Margaret tells her, what's this shit, yo? I thought, man, you was cool. Why you telling them to watch out for me and not to be cool with me and, all this type of shit? And I thought, man, you had squashed it. We was good. She said, I mean, I'm just telling her. She's like, no, that's not the shit. Man, you good. Margaret tells Theresa, man, you good. This ain't the shit you supposed to be saying. Let that shit be what that shit was. We on something new now. This is the new Theresa and Margaret. So Theresa don't like Margaret, period. But she really don't like Raquel because she look at Raquel, and that's why I like Theresa. I don't like Theresa, but I like her because she ain't fucking around playing. Because I don't like to play either. And she goes, Raquel, what you doing? What you trying to start shit, make shit bad between me and Margaret? And she was like, no, and Raquel was like, no, I'm just repeating what I heard. That's what she said. And Margaret, nobody can say nothing because that is what she said. That is what that's the shit that came out Jen and Teresa's mouth. So Teresa's like, so you trying to start shit? She's like, no, I was telling her our conversation, and that was our conversation. So, okay. She don't like you, Theresa. Theresa don't like you. Okay. Then, while that's going on, Joe pulls Louis to the side. And I'm like, I'm curious to see what that is. And he take him inside the house and show him in the cabinet how he has brought a hand waxing kit to initiate John Fuder. Because when they all had boys' night, John Fuder brought out the pens or something, the pens. I don't know why. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't nothing in my eye. It's just out of habit. I have my statue. Let me show you. It broke. So you don't think I'm bullshitting. I didn't have no eye boogie. My statue, I love this, is reading this book, but the leg on it broke. Her foot broke. You can't see it. Her foot broke. So I used crazy glue to glue it back on there. And you know how crazy glue get all over your hands? So it's like, that's what I was rubbing off. It's peeling off slowly but surely. Anyway, let me get back to the damn story. He bought the pens, and I guess it was some type of joke. So they call it paying back Joe Fuder later on tonight at his initiation. And like I said, everybody drinking. They're just doing shots at the shot. At one point, Theresa gets so mad. Because she said, Joe always get people too drunk. And he do. He be getting them drunk. Bill and Jen, I believe, showed up drunk. Well, they didn't show up drunk, but they was tipsy. And they falling all over the place. They usually the first ones to get towed up. The first couples to be drunk. And everybody always make jokes saying that they have to stay drunk to be able to tolerate one another. That's funny. I wanted to say something. The reason why Margaret, I think they manifest this in their own head. That Margaret got so much power is because, like I said, if I didn't say it, when Margaret came on the scene, Margaret just went on and told all her shit. I'm a Margaret, yeah. I'm gonna tell my shit, but I'm gonna tell my shit cause I'm gonna tell my shit. No, I'm gonna tell my shit because what I think I discovered is, as I have gotten older, is that everything has already been done under the sun. I have done nothing unique, even though there's been issues that caused me a lot of problems and shit. And so I'm saying, when I say I'm like a Margaret, anything that I done fucked up in my past, I don't try to hide it. I don't try to cover that shit up. I did that. Yep. And I ain't gonna say I'm always like that. As a matter of fact, I'm just tell you this real quick. I'm gonna share this with you. Margaret, I'm gonna tell you this about Margaret, I'm gonna share this about myself. Margaret told on herself, I cheated on my husband. I cheated on my husband with the plumber. My kids don't fuck with me. I don't really fuck with my kids. I don't really do this. I don't like that. I fucked around with my boss. I've done this before. She been in financial trouble before too, I think. Somebody was trying to sue her like the second or third season. So Margaret done it all, but Margaret tell her shit. So you really, for them who try to hide secrets, You can't hold nothing on nobody's head. And then I think when Margaret is saying shit, she ain't trying to tell on you. That bitch don't have no privacy blocker or no non-disclosure agreement. So I think she think nobody, oh, nobody should. And in her head, we're on a reality TV show. This shit reality. Let's talk about it. So when I say I'm a Margaret, I'm a Margaret. You ain't gonna have shit. If I ever, if it's in God's plan for my life, you notice I didn't say my plan. If it's in God's plan for my life to be famous or motherfuckers to know who I am, you know why it's gonna be? It's gonna be because I stay true to it. I stay true to my game. Yeah, this what you see is what you get. I done did fucked up shit. I've been in fucked up shit. Who ain't? So, you know, Margaret, when she came to the show, she didn't let people discover shit about her. She just told that shit. And, like, again, like I'm going to tell you, I got fired. Yeah. And I got fired was my own fault. I was doing some shit with my car. And the job that I just got hired on, I only been working there maybe like 2 weeks. I only been working there like 2 weeks, but I had my own vehicle. The job came with a vehicle, which I was glad. And I like the. I mean, I applied for a job to be an intake receptionist because I'm at the age. I can't say age, but I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to fuck with nothing. You know, I want to come to work. I don't want to work. I have had jobs where I had to think about work off work. Think about work at work. Think about work at lunch. I don't want to do that. I want to put some time in, make my shit, good salary though, and go the fuck on. So anyway, this job was none of that. But something that's more important to me with money is having a little bit of freedom. I don't think I can't. I just like being free. And when I say free, I'm one of them people. Tell me what to do. When I had to have it done by, and don't say nothing else to me again until I hand you your shit. That's it. I ain't one of them people you gotta hold hands with. You know, when it comes to doing my own shit, if I want to, I procrastinate. But when it comes to handling other people's shit, especially other people's shit that I get paid for, I'll do the job. When they let me go back to what I was doing, I was for maybe 8 days. I was a counselor for veterans, yeah, for veterans that were addicted to opioids, were addicted to drugs. And I was I guess they call it low medical, yeah, because, you know, we put you in the house, we take care of you, get you off of drugs, give you tests, a whole bunch of shit. A lot of invasion of privacy, but when you fucking with somebody that's addicted to drugs is what you gotta do. Anyway, how in depth could I be? I only had been there 8 days. Well, anyway, I went to work on a Saturday. No. I don't know, something was with my car, and I had an appointment at the VA on a Saturday. They got Saturday appointments at the VA? Yes, they do. Some places do. Where I'm, Nashville, they do. And it was important. Damn, I'm just going off a tangent off the whole New Jersey shit. I'm gonna take this next 3 minutes and just real quick with me and my story and how it's related to Margaret after I get through this part. Well, after I tell you the reason why I was fired, but I didn't fire her because I went to an appointment in VA. I never got that far telling my boss that. Well, anyway, I stayed out. We was off for work Monday or something for a holiday or some shit. So I came back to work Tuesday already. After we had our morning meeting, what they normally do, my boss called me in the office. She said, "What happened the weekend?" I was like, "Oh, you know, I didn't feel good, blah, blah, blah." My doctor said that, you know, my heart walls, but she didn't want to hear all that shit. So, we stopped the conversation. She says, "I work Saturday too." And I said, "Oh, okay." So she said, and I should have known better. I know better, but I don't know why the fuck I locked up, but I did. And she said, well, I was working Saturday too, and who was in the company van with you, the company truck with you? I was like, wasn't nobody in there. And she said, you sure? I was like, no, wasn't nobody in there, but it was somebody in there. After I left my appointment at the VA, I went by my house to do something, to take something by the house. Oh no, to tell my kid, come on, follow me back up here, drop this van off so I can go home. When I got in the van, my grandson started howling and screaming. He like 2.5. So I picked his ass up and put him in the seatbelt and put him behind me. Long story short, when I went up there, turned the car, and I ain't see nobody. I just dropped the damn van off. Got into my daughter's car and got my grandson out of the back of the car and left. When I went to work Tuesday, she asked me who was in the car. I told her wasn't nobody in the car. And she said, you sure wasn't a kid there? So when she said that, I already knew. I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, I had, and then, you know, you had to hear the rules. And I know better. When you got a company car, ain't nobody supposed to be in that shit but who the company paid to be in there, and that's the employee and my clients. So she was like, unfortunately, because you did this shit, I'm going to have to let you go. Now, I don't know if she let me go because I took the car and had my grandson in it because I wasn't supposed to have him, or if she took the car because I told her a lie. Either way, I was wrong. And again, she ain't going to come back if God make me famous or do something to change my life and put me on a trajectory where a lot of people see me. I like this lady. She's nice. Yeah, I liked her. And I really liked her because she a white chick, but she liked brothers. So, you know, we had a lot in common. So it wasn't nothing except it was me. Had I told her the truth, would she just gave me probation? Probably not, because I only had been there for like 8 days. Long story short, the shit ain't fucked with me. I fucked up. I did something wrong. I took the consequences. The shit that I had slummed to work to make my little office nice, I left it. And then I feel like this. If she didn't take my job from me, I feel like God took it. I wasn't supposed to be there. Knowing me, I ain't really fucking around with nobody serious in my life. I probably been picked up one of them damn opioid doing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I wish them all. I think I had like 10 clients. And so far I had liked it, but I was going to get in trouble, though. If it wasn't going to be that with the grandson, you know, and I know better, but he howling, he crying, and I don't know how to fucking drive. So I was like, and it was the weekend, and who going to see? Yep, somebody always watching. So anyway, let's get back to Margaret and the Real Housewives shit, because that's what I was supposed to be talking about. Well, anyway, that's why they don't like Margaret, and that's why Margaret kind of feel like she got so much power, because she don't give a fuck. You know, even when they throw the shit up in her face, she just be like, whatever. Shit, you only know that because I told you. It's just like that girlfriend that she was going, Margaret was having her show, a friend of hers, to be a friend of the show, introduced to Bravo, and the girl didn't get picked. But with the girl doing some sidebar shit, she mad with Margaret because she didn't make the show. So now she tell all Margaret's stuff. She tell all Margaret business. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of something. So, that's why they think Margaret got an arsenal, because she already fired her shit. She done threw off all her grenades, so she already destructed. So what y'all gonna do to her? Not shit. Okay. So anyway, we moving along, and okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I get distracted. The party and stuff is moving along, but it's little fireworks and shit happening everywhere. Margaret, Louis goes over to with Theresa and Margaret and Jackie. She getting on my fucking nerves. Jackie, is and they're asking how come Theresa, Melissa mother-in-law ain't coming to the wedding and blah 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 this and that. And Louis just come out and say, fuck it, we're gonna invite Donna to the wedding. I'm gonna go find her. But she's gone. Now, I see how Teresa's face look. He probably should talk to her about that, but I seem like Louis be kind of running shit over there. So, The night ends early. This is episode. This is episode 7. The night ends early because Danielle, the bougie one, will say she bougie. She keep hearing her name coming out people's mouth, and she not a part of the conversation. And they are talking about it because they're saying that shit with her and her brother not getting along. It can't be about no TikTok. And Danielle is feeling like she opened up and shared, but you ain't shared shit. You just said you don't get along with your brother because you did a whack ass TikTok and he ain't liking it and he blocked you. Shit, I think my story sounds better than hers, but the lady's not buying what she's saying, and that's bothering her. They calling me a liar. So anyway, she's around the party stomping and talking shit, but she kind of fake though. She one of them. She one of them people that in her confessional she talk much shit and she act like she's so bad and she bout it. She bout that life. Don't fuck with her. This and that and other thing. Then every time there's a fight, this bitch run. Yeah, she ran in 7, and she gonna run in episode 8 when I start talking about it. She a runner, but you talk all this shit though. Like I first got a kick of that when you heard Margaret say, when I think it was episode 5 or 6, and Margaret was telling y'all, probably it was 6, and Margaret was telling y'all that when she tells Melissa, hey, Melissa, you can get a ball player, you can get this type of guy, she trying to encourage Melissa when Joe acting misogynistic, like, keep your ass in the kitchen, stay pregnant, barefoot, blah, blah, blah. You know how he run his mouth. So when she is telling her that, when Joe upsets Melissa, she telling her, you ain't gotta put with this shit, girl, at any time. Just go about your business. She's not encouraging her to leave her husband. She's trying to keep her friend built up and, keep her spirits positive. So with that information, next thing you know, you see Danielle in her confessional saying, you not my friend. If you want to be my friend and cheer me up, tell me I got nice boobs. Tell me you like my dress. But don't tell me leave my man for a ball player. First of all, ain't nobody finna tell you that shit because you look like a ball player. You really not that cute. You look... When I think of an Italian, you look just like one to me. Just your features. Just like when you see me, I look African American. I got the features, I guess. But she ain't telling her that to leave her husband. But that's the spin that you put on it and the spin that Jennifer Aiden putting on. She not trying to break her marriage up when y'all men, like how you ran that motherfucker at Jen Aiden mad that your husband don't pay you no mind. It'd be nice for somebody to tell you that you fine. You kind of look like a man a little bit. Jen, sometimes, I think Jen is kind of cute, but she dressed like she a drag queen. She wear too much shoulder pad, too much glitter. She look, I don't know, she got this body, but she don't know what to put on it. She got a new body, she don't know what to wear. Well, anyway, everybody getting ready to go to this, it's the next day. Okay, no, I'm sorry. The Danielle girl's mad, so all the people that she went to the party with, she running around getting them because she pissed off, and it ends with her saying some shit about how you don't want to make her your enemy. And I was like, I don't know why you want to make her your enemy. You ain't fitting to do shit, but talk about it. You just talk me to death. Okay. Now, we're going to start the recap of the Pizzagate. I believe that's episode 8. Okay, so everybody's already in the Hamptons at the prospective house. You got, and you know what, Marge and her husband, they always show them together interacting. They're so cute together. Yeah, they saying little shit to each other in the bed. And let's see. All of them are doing little shit in whatever couples are at whoever's house, but the only person house I can really remember at this particular time is Jen Aiden, because that bitch got up and cooked the Turkish breakfast. I don't even know what Turkish breakfast is, but I'm sure that motherfucker got eggs and coffee and some type of bread, and that's all I need to get me kicked started. Cause they're all gonna be going to Rachel Fooder's house for a brunch later on today, and so everybody getting up, getting ready, having whatever they're gonna have before they go. But also while they're having whatever they're gonna eat before they go to the girl to Rachel's house, they all talking shit, and the topics of conversation is Theresa, Danielle, Jen, and Jennifer. Okay. Um. Um. Okay, I got lost here. Okay. Anyway. Okay. I told you I get mixed up. Okay. So at Jen and Bill house, they're just doing the damn thing. She got a nice little spread. And who was at her house? Her house is Danielle. It's Jen, Bill, Jennifer, Aiden, and Bill. It is Danielle and her husband. It's another couple there. It's somebody else there, but it'll come back to me. So anyway, they talking about. I'm talking about Danielle. Jen is saying that Jennifer, who's been demoted to the friend, is starting shit, and she really is. She ain't talked that much when she was when she was a one of the prime people on the show. But now that she a friend, this bitch everywhere mixing up and everything. Yep. So she started it, and Jen make sure she tell her and put it on her too. But nobody believed that this girl and her brother ain't talking. And I just want to know why the fuck they care. I don't care if you ain't talking to your brother. Who the fuck is your brother? And so that's what I'm saying where Margaret coming from. Margaret's like, you know what? Oh, I don't want to fuck with you. I just call your brother and your sister-in-law, and I'll find out what really going on. I mean, I think Margaret was talking shit, but then again, I don't think that she was. So anyway, get on the story, of course, about Melissa and Joe, and Theresa speaking first. They want to know how come that Theresa and Joe shit went bad. And Theresa act like you had to pull that shit out of her, but you really didn't. She was just pretending that when they first met, everything was cool. Until business got in the way, and I don't even know, y'all motherfuckers can't even just communicate on a personal level, so I don't know why y'all thought y'all could do business together. I know why y'all thought y'all could do business together, because y'all put it on y'all father, you know, your bond with your daddy on how much y'all love him. Y'all was going to do this thing and call it, name it after your daddy and shit, and y'all was going to split 50-50. Now, this is how it worked. Louis said Joe had the idea, and he took it to Theresa and said, hey, let's do these pizza ovens. And I don't know what the idea was about it or whatever, but she wasn't thinking about pizza ovens till he said some shit to her. So she liked the idea, and he said, let's do it 50-50. So she said, okay, cool. So it was like $250,000 that he needed to do it. So Louis put up all the money. Now on Joe's side, he was like, I ain't need the money. But if you ain't need the money, you don't get along with this bitch, why'd you go over there and ask her? I wouldn't have. We don't even talk to each other. I wouldn't have did that, but he did. So Theresa Mann came up with the money. So when he came with the money, I guess they turned the shit in. They put the order in for the ovens. But during the oven making